Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine. It's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 591. I don't know if this is going to be quick. I'm going to try and make it quick. I want to talk about this new thing I saw the other day. Well, someone contacted me and said, what do you think of this? I had to go and do some investigation as to what the hell it was. It's called a DPN, a Decentralized Private Network, and it looks fantastic. Looks really good. Very, very salesy video, like, oh, you can plug this in and you've got access to the whole wide world. You don't have to pay monthly VPN fees. You don't have to worry about this. You just go into your control panel, select where you want to connect to, and it all just works. And I'm like, that looks really good. Looks too good to be true. And depending on how you look at things, I think it's too good to be true. So I went and did a little bit of digging into it and what a DPN is and what it is they're actually selling. And and I went back to the person who asked me and said, don't do it. For you, don't do it. Now, I can't say to you guys, don't do it. What I can say is, here's what I know about them. So it's called a Decentralized Private Network. For those of us that are old enough to remember Napster and LimeWire and all of those things where we used to be able to log in and download stuff for free, it's similar to that. What it is, it's people's machines being used as gateways, or people's machines being used as gateways to the internet. And the DPNs thingy that you get, it's a little dongle, and what it does is it creates a private tunnel between you and another user. It's a peer-to-peer type network, basically. Someone, when they come on and say, we need to get into Australia, we need to get in via Australia, they look to see which Australian users are up and running, who's got their DPN running, their DPN service running, and they go, oh, we're going to connect in through them. And they come in through basically through your computer, through your network, and out into the country that they're in, which is kind of like how a VPN works. But the VPNs are dedicated servers that sit in a server room. They're secure. They know who has access to them. They do all the maintenance on them. And that's why you're paying your monthly fee, because you're paying for that service. Now, I do have a series coming out about VPNs that explains that in more details. The DPNs basically make my computer a peer, a node on the network that someone else can connect into and use to get out into the internet. It sounds cool, right? Until you realize that those people are connecting to your computer. And someone with enough smarts I'm not going to say they may be able to bypass whatever security is on there. And I can't tell you what security is on there because it's all very airy-fairy and nefarious, and I'm not buying one to try and debug it and work out what it is. But they may be able to bypass whatever it is on there and get access to my computer, because it's going to connect in through my computer. It's a dongle. It plugs into my computer and says, connect to the internet. Or even if it's not, it's a router it's basically a router that sits on your network and says, connect to this person's network. And if it's on your network and they get access to your network, then they can see all the devices on your network. Theoretically, I'm assuming that's one of the risks that go along with it. So that's the first thing. It's like, okay, so you've got this device that is letting people into your network to get out into the country that you're in. They use your router to get out in the country. That's the first thing. That's just a security and a privacy risk to me. That kind of rings some bells going, I don't know if I want to do this. Then I have the thing of, well, now someone else is using my bandwidth. And for those of you that live in Australia and have lived in rural Australia or even semi-rural Australia, bandwidth is like gold. Bandwidth, if you're trying to do anything, you've got more than 3 or 4 people connecting, it's a real pain. A lot of rural areas still use mobile data networks to connect into the NBN, so they're really restricted. So they're using your bandwidth. So that's going to be an impact, because depending on what they're doing, if they're streaming a service, they're going to be streaming all that data down and then sending it back out again. So it comes down and goes back out again. Theoretically, that's a double whammy. Theoretically, like you get the incoming traffic and the outgoing traffic. Okay, so now we've got a bandwidth issue. Then we have the amount of data that we're allowed to use every month, that we've paid to use every month. They're going to be using that. Okay, that's the third whammy. And then the final one is, what are they looking at using your internet connection? You are allowing a stranger to use your internet connection to get out into the country. What are they looking at? What are they trying to do? What risk are you taking if they do something that is illegal in your country using your network, using your connection? That's to you. Yes, we can be as private as we like, but if someone does something using your network connection and law enforcement gets involved and they get all the right approvals, and like, it's not all that easy. I know it's not all that easy. They get all the right approvals. They can come and say, your network connection was used to do this thing. And you say, well, that was so-and-so that did it. It wasn't me. We weren't doing it. We weren't doing it. No, but you allowed access to your network and someone did use it for that. So there's all the downfalls. There's all the pitfalls, just off the top of my head as I was going through it, looking at it, going, wow. So we don't know who we don't even know whose connection we're using. We don't know who's using our connection. They're using our bandwidth. They're using our download limits, our data limits. And yeah, okay, if you're on an unlimited plan, that's fine. If you're not, that's a real issue. We don't know what they're accessing. We don't know what they're looking at. We don't know what they're doing. And we don't even know if they can actually get access with the right smarts and whatever they're doing to our own network and start to see what we're doing on our network. So it's a real concern to me. The upside, you get access to another country for free, effectively. I'm going to put it in free, because you've just bought this device and the only cost to you is buying that dongle, supposedly, and then connecting into someone else's computer so that you can access the network in their country, and you're saving a few dollars on a VPN subscription. Now, as I said, I have a series about to launch, about to drop on what VPNs are. You're trading all of that against going to an organization that makes their money by selling you a service. It is not in their interest to screw you over in selling you that service. They want to make sure that you as a customer are happy. They pay for the maintenance on the service. They pay for the maintenance on their equipment. They pay for people to look after it. They pay for training. I cover it in a lot more detail. If you use the right VPN provider, they are also externally audited by real auditors like Deloitte, like PwC, and they go through them and make sure that they're not logging, that they're not tracking our traffic, that they're not doing all of those things. We've got no guarantee using a service like a DPN that that's the case, because we don't know who the end node is. We don't know what it is. We don't know where it is. It's a peer-to-peer network. You can be using anyone's computer anywhere in the world, anyone who's got access to this network anywhere in the world. So am I going to be running out to buy it? Nope. Did I say to the person who was asking me that they should buy it? Nope. I said to them, don't do it. For them specifically, I said, don't do it. It's a risk, and it's a risk I don't want you taking, mainly because I do all their support for them. Can I say that to you? I can't. But what I can say is I wouldn't. So don't. I wouldn't. If you don't want to. If you want to and you want to take those risks, okay. But at least you know what the risks associated with it are. What do you guys think? Have you seen these things being advertised? Be very, very careful, particularly with, the UK legislation, the Ofcom legislation that's just dropped saying, and people saying, oh, you can get around the Ofcom legislation doing this. You might actually be causing yourself more problems doing it. We may be seeing that in Australia this year, something similar. Just be careful. We're going to be seeing a lot more people trying to sell us stuff like this to get around these requirements. And they may not be as legitimate as some. There we go. What do you guys think? Have you seen them? Have you thought about them? Have you got one? Have you tried it? If you don't want to tell me that you've done that, that's fine. I get it. But I would love to get some feedback. What do you guys know? What do you guys think? What's your feelings on all of this? You can come across to my community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com, designed to have conversations like this. You can leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this video. If this video has been helpful, I would really appreciate it if you'd give me a like somewhere here. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.